Ovulation meds. Is this really the plan? You're not ovulating? Here, take Clomid. Try it for a few months. Good luck. Sounds familiar? Here's the question I want to plant in your mind. If ovulation meds are so commonly prescribed, why we're not being told the full story? Why is the plan often just take the pills, cross your fingers, come back if it doesn't work? Is that really a plan? Or is it just guessing? In this episode, we're unpacking what most women are never told about fertility medication, what these medications can do, why you shouldn't just try blindly for 6 months, and how to know if it's actually working or just wasting your time. Because when you're trying to conceive, you don't need more guesswork. You need clarity. I'm Mariana, and I believe women deserve more than Band-Aid answers. So if you ever wonder, why didn't anyone explain this to me? This episode is for you.
Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Ariana. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered.
Have you ever been handed a prescription for Clomid or Letrozole with little more than good luck and follow up in 6 months? Maybe you have heard, just take this and come back if you're not pregnant. Let's pause right here. Because when it comes to ovulation meds, there is a lot that you're not being told. And that silence, it can cost you months or years of hope, frustration, and burnt out. In this episode, we are lifting the veil. What ovulation meds do, and what they can, why trying for 6 months is rarely a plan, and the crucial questions to ask before you start. Let's get you informed, empowered, and back to the driver's seat of your fertility journey. Let's start with this truth. Ovulation meds are one of the most commonly prescribed treatments in fertility care, and yet most women are given very little information. You are told, try it for a few cycles. Maybe you're tracking ovulation, maybe you're not. Maybe you're being monitored, maybe you're not. And when it doesn't work, you're told, let's do another round. Then, maybe you're told to move into IVF. But what if I told you ovulation meds are not a magic wand? They are a tool, yes, but how and when they're used, it matters. Without a full understanding of your cycle, your hormonal patterns, or your partner's health, we are throwing darts in the dark. It is time to change them. Let's get clear. Ovulation meds can help stimulate the release of an egg. That's their job. But ovulation doesn't equal pregnancy. You can ovulate and still not conceive. Here's what it needs to be in place for conception to happen. A healthy egg is released. The sperm is present and able to reach it. The fallopian tubes are open. The uterine lining is ready to receive the embryo. So when we focus on only making you ovulate, we're missing the bigger picture. And if you're not tracking your cycle, if your partner's sperm hasn't been evaluated, if no one has checked your tubes or lining for hormone balance, We're not doing fertility care. We're just prescribing hope. And that's not enough. This might sound obvious, but let me ask. Are you trying to ovulate or are you trying to conceive? Because the answer matters. And if you want to induce a bleed, sure, meds can do that. If you want to regulate cycles, sometimes meds are part of the plan. But if you're trying to get pregnant, we need a full strategy. You need clarity on whether you're ovulating, when you're ovulating, if the ovulation is healthy, if the mucus is fertile, if your hormones are in balance. Ovulation is one puzzle piece. If you're not addressing the full picture, you're setting yourself up for a cycle of frustration. Let's pause and answer a foundational question. Why are ovulation medications even prescribed in the first place? Ovulation-stimulating meds like Letrozole, Femara, Clomid are typically given to women with PCOS or anovulatory cycles, meaning you're not ovulating regularly or at all. They're given to women with long or irregular cycles where ovulation is unpredictable or delayed. They're also given to women doing IUI, or time intercourse, to help better time ovulation and increase chances of conception. So no, their goal is not to make you have twins. The primary goal is to stimulate your ovaries to produce one healthy follicle, which will hopefully release a healthy egg. In some cases, more than one follicle is stimulated, and that's where we here talk about the risk of twins or multiples. But that's not the objective. In restorative reproductive care, the goal isn't just to make ovulation happen, but to help it happen in the right time, in a healthy cycle, within the healthy couple. Now, let's debunk a few common fears and false hopes. The first one is, if I take this medication, I'll end up with triplets. The truth is, with proper dosing and monitoring, the risk is low. It's lack of monitoring that raises the risk, not the meds themselves. Misconception number 2. If I take the meds, I'll get pregnant right away. The truth is, ovulation doesn't warrant conception. And if you're told to try 6 cycles without tracking or follow-up, that's a sign to dig deeper. Misconception number 3. I'm on meds, so I don't need to track anything. The truth is, no tracking, no clarity. You don't know if the dose is working, if you're ovulating too early, or if you're even responding. Mucus quality, timing, and cycle health all matter. And misconception number 4. IVF is the next step if meds don't work. The truth is, IVF may be needed in certain cases, but many women don't need it, especially when root cause restorative approach is pursued. IVF uses higher doses to harvest multiple eggs. Restorative care uses lower doses to restore function and time intercourse or IUI effectively. And please, before any meds, make sure your fallopian tubes are open. It's one of the first things you should check. So what if you're doing all the right things, taking the meds, tracking your cycle, and nothing? Let's talk about why that might be happening. This can happen because you're ovulating, but your partner's sperm is suboptimal. Your fallopian tubes are blocked, so the egg and sperm can't meet. Your uterine lining isn't receptive. That can be due to inflammation or hormone imbalances. You're ovulating, but the timing is off. Or underlying conditions like hypothyroid, insulin resistant, or endometriosis are still unresolved. As you can see, ovulation is just one piece of the puzzle. Fertility is the whole body, the whole cycle, the whole couple. And this is important. Each failed cycle isn't a failure, it's data, especially if you're tracking and someone is paying attention. Without a root cause evaluation, medicating can become a cycle of hope, then heartbreak, then burnt out. So if you've ever been handed a prescription without explanation, without follow-up, without looking at the whole picture, you've been underserved. You deserve more than one-size-fits-all plan. You deserve more than come back if it doesn't work. You deserve clarity, partnership, and a plan that honors your body and your story. If this resonated, share it with a friend or message me. I'll help you connect with someone who looks deeper. Because real fertility care isn't just about med. It's about restoration, connection, and wholeness.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Besties, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.